Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins from the Marriage Recovery Center and the Emotional Abuse Institute. And I want to talk to you about labels for a moment. Now, the question is, can you call him a narcissist? Can you say that? You're a narcissist. Well, I'm going to answer that question and more. So click subscribe, share this with others that might want to hear this information. Can you call him a narcissist? Well, the answer is no and yes, and no, and yes. Let me explain. Well, labels are important. Labels help us understand something. It's like a shortened version. I have asthma. If I tell you I have asthma, that all of a sudden has a certain connotation. So you're probably thinking, oh, he has a medihaler, and I do. And he has to be careful when he catches a cold or any other problem because his asthma will flare up, and that would all be true. So you can say Dr. Hawkins is an asthmatic, and it's true, I am. So it helps, it shortens the language so we all know what we're talking about. Now, obviously, I hope it's obvious, to call someone an emotional abuser or to call them a narcissist, that's a little bit different, right, than calling someone an asthmatic or some other issue that's going on with them. And yet, should we be able to use that language at the right time, in the right way? Without a doubt, yes. So we at the Marriage Recovery Center don't shrink back from saying that we specialize with emotional abuse and narcissism. And yet, come on. At the wrong time, in the wrong way, to throw out in an inflammatory way when your heart is not right, when your amygdala has been hijacked, you're triggered, he's triggered, she's triggered, or whatever, not the right time or the right place or the right way to have that conversation. So what is the right time and what is the right way to have the conversation of emotional abuse and narcissism? Now, you might be thinking, Dr. Hawkins, there's no right time and no right place and no right way. And I would believe you if you told me that. I would believe you. And yet, you need to be able to have the conversation about narcissism. Now, will he listen open-mindedly? Will he receive the information? I don't know. And yet, you need to be able to say it. So again, what are the keys? The keys are yes. Yes, you need to be able to talk about emotional abuse and all the behaviors that comprise this syndrome called emotional abuse, covert emotional abuse, overt emotional abuse. Yes, I want you to be conversant with that. I want you to be conversant with that. And I want you to be able to hold space for it. And I want you to talk about it in an emotionally balanced way at the best time, in the best way possible. The same goes for the word narcissism. I want you to be able to have that conversation, or at least do your part to approach the topic of narcissism in an emotionally balanced way, in the best time possible, in the best way possible. So it might sound like this. I want to talk to you about narcissism and emotional abuse. And you might get a big flare up, a big reaction. You're going to hold space. You're going to stay emotionally balanced. You're going to say, I'd like to talk to you about this. He darvos you. Darvo, remember, stands for defending, attacking, reverse victim, offending. Whole nother video on darvoing, by the way. Whole nother video on that. Remember that, please. DARVO. He may darvo you, and you're not going to bite. You're not going to respond. You're not going to react to any of that. And you're going to say again, I'd like to talk to you about emotional abuse and narcissism. And I fully recognize it's a loaded topic. I fully recognize that you may not want to have this conversation, but I do. So we cannot talk about it now. We cannot talk about it tomorrow, but I'm going to talk to you about it because it's a syndrome. It is present. It is here. It is in our relationship. I'm not going to say it to injure you. I'm not going to say it when I'm not in my core self, but I am going to seek a time to say it. And then you say it. So, again, in summary, should we be able to talk about narcissism and emotional abuse? Yes. And if you're in your core self, when you say it, core self functioning is contagious. One more time, let me say that. Core self functioning is contagious, just like reactive functioning is contagious. It's all contagious, folks. So, can we make someone be in the core self? We cannot. But if we're in our core self, that's more likely to be contagious to the person that we're talking to. All right, should we be able to talk about narcissism? Yes. Emotional abuse? Yes. Should we talk about it in any way? No. No, 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 no. Just like we wouldn't throw out we would not, I hope you would not throw out "you're selfish." Though, should we be able to talk about selfishness? Yes. You're self-centered. No, come on. All right, we're not going to throw out labels to injure. We're going to use labels to share information. Those are the rules. Those are the guidelines for you. So, yes, we need to be able to talk about emotional abuse. Yes, we need to be able to talk about narcissism, not in a way to injure others, but in a way to share where we're coming from, what we feel, and what we want in this relationship. All right, again, click subscribe. We've got many more videos for you. Share this with others. And as always, if you want more information about what we're doing at the Marriage Recovery Center and the Emotional Abuse Institute, click on the link below. We've got a client care team ready, able, and willing to help you. And as always, God bless.